Welcome back to Neverending, the Veritas Heart deep dive into the never-ending story and how it tells us something about our own stories. So last time we talked about how you're not just living life, but you're participating in a story. You're living your own story that you're writing. But how does that story get written? Life doesn't just hand you meaning and interpretations, it hands you moments, events, and then quietly you decide what they mean about your life, about other people, and about yourself. And it feels like the truth, but it's your interpretation of events. You can see this in Bastian. You can see this in the movie. Before the book starts, he's hurting, he's lonely, he's grieving, he loves horses, and he's trying to make sense of it. And the story gives him these pieces: a boy on a journey, a world that's falling apart, and a horse. And that's why that scene we all remember is so powerful. When Artek sinks, it breaks him. Not just because it's sad, but because it relates to his own grief. It means something. It relates to his love of horses. It relates to his loss of his mom. It's a pivotal moment. And that's how the steps happen in the movie. His feelings turn into meaning that draws him in, and it starts connecting him to the story. The trail is alone, and Bastian feels alone. Trail decides to keep going, and Bastian decides he wants that to be true for himself. He decides to keep reading the book. And he starts forming this story, that this boy is like me. The fact that it is a boy shows that the book is reading him as much as he's reading it, because it's connecting to him. And he goes, this says something about me. And it deepens as the story goes on. When the turtle appears, Morla, in the Swamps of Sadness, Bastian screams from reading the book, which is an interesting reaction to begin with, but even crazier, these fictional characters in the book that he's reading hear him screaming. Later, he'll come to this magic mirror gate where Trail looks in to see his true self, and who's there? Bastian. Not a metaphor. That little boy is on the other side of the glass. So piece by piece, he wasn't just reading the story, he was writing himself into it. And that's what we do. Something happens. You feel it. You explain it. And over time, that explanation becomes your identity. This happened becomes, this is who I am. And you live from that place, from that story. You see things that confirm it. You expect what matches it. And you're not just living your life, you're living inside this story that you have quietly been writing the whole time. And here's the hard truth. We like to blame the villains, the pain, the past, the things that people have done to us. But what shapes us most isn't just what happened. It's what we decided it means. And by that meaning, we have a hand in writing the story. And if meaning shaped the story, then meaning can change. Call it luck, call it grace. Something you didn't earn showing up anyway to give you a helping hand. And there's a voice that says, this is not who you are. Grace doesn't erase the moment, it redefines it. It redefines the meaning we've attached to it. And when the meaning changes, the story changes, which means you are not powerless to the circumstances and events of your life. But what happens when the meaning you built your life on starts to fall apart? Because when it does, that's when people sink. Like Artek's in the Swamp of Sadness. And if you've ever felt that, then you know. So next time we're going to go deeper, and we're going to talk about the nothing. We're going to talk about Morla. We're going to talk about the work and how to face them without losing yourself. Or perhaps, like Bastian, as you face them, finally finding yourself. Take care. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.